For someone like me, collector, investor, whatever you want to call me, I didn't get to really participate in a lot of the Sun and Moon era. I did want to do some research and see why some of these tag team cards and just the Sun and Moon era tag team cards in general are absolutely booming right now. And as I dug deeper, I found a bit of information that really put into perspective why and how these cards are doing so well right now. They've been doing well for the past 3+ years, which I wasn't really paying too much attention to the Sun and Moon era, but man, they were quietly creeping up in the background, providing so many gains for investors and a lot of opportunity to collect these cards at a pretty fair price. So we're gonna talk about some of the tag team cards. We're gonna talk about some of the picks to stay away from, some to buy and some to hold, and some to think about the grading plays. Is it a great time to buy PSA 9s, PSA 10 cards of the tag team era? All that and more today's video. So I totally didn't know that the tag team era was 2019. Oh my gosh, so long ago. February 1st, 2019 to be exact. Obviously the key innovations for this set was the tag team cards, the 2 Pokemon per card, which I think still is, it's kind of sets the tone for what was to come in the Sword and Shield era with the trainer galleries and just 2 characters on a card. But we have yet to see a tag team style card. It doesn't need to be called tag team, but maybe we get a rebrand of a similar gimmick going into Generation 10. I know Generation 10 is going to be all about the Megas. 9 was the Terrestrial crowns and hats and all that stuff. But for me, someone looking back, and I think that is a big reason why the tag team cards are doing great right now, is because I wasn't a part of it. I completely missed out. I got to watch from afar. I did open Cosmic Eclipse booster packs because of some of the collection boxes I was buying. So I did open a little bit, but I wasn't like I didn't fully get to participate. I did watch a ton of Cool Trainer Ryan opening videos and PokeRev and all that stuff, of course. And I still watch those videos to this day to kind of see the hits and the pull rates. But it was interesting to go into like a full deep dive of why they are so popular right now. And the biggest reason why I think is you have like the infinity stones of content creators. You have Rudy from Alpha Investments, you have PokeRev, and I guess like the third could be like a Cool Trainer Ryan, that's someone that just rips open packs as a collective, or even Nostalgianomics in the investing side. So when all 4 of these big PokeTubers talk about certain sets, these sets will move. And I'm not calling them, they're not shillers, they're not people that are trying to manipulate the market or any of that stuff, but they do move markets if they believe they do or don't. But I don't see it as a good or a bad thing. I just think that more eyes are towards the Sun and Moon tag team era cards. And if you guys have been on this channel, I've been buying Chinese tag team cards and Korean tag team cards for quite some time. My tag team binder is almost full. The only cards I have left are the big ones, the Latios GX, the big Mimikyu GX, and I think there's maybe one or two on today's list that I do not own in my personal collection. Another fact that I completely didn't know was Mitsuhiro Arita, known for the original base set Charizard, brought the iconic style to the standard tag team GX cards, which I think it's going to, that in itself, the whole time I was like, why are some of these GX cards like holding so much value? Well, there's your reasoning. The art was amazing. The art was, this is why we need to bring back certain artists for our GX cards or V cards or V Star cards or whatever the hell the next playable thing is going to be. Because we have to give these cards, all of the cards, even the EX cards, life. We have to give them like actual good art. I'm tired of this 3D rendering bullshit that's just really boring, and I know they're just, it's a stock model in Blender that they just throw in and change a little bit of things here and there. They don't really scream collectability in the long term like these GX cards did. Also have to remember that these print qualities were way lower than Sword and Shield, and obviously way lower than Scarlet and Violet, so that's gonna play a big part. It's really hard to find even sealed product of Sun and Moon stuff. It's getting, obviously, people were opening it back then like no tomorrow because of the playability. You guys remember, it was every single era that we have, there was a certain catalyst of why the sealed product was being opened at an alarming rate, or opened at a fair rate, or whatever you want to say. But there's more people playing, according to this is all according to the statistics on Reddit, Discords, and even ChatGPT, trying to round up all the information since I wasn't in this era. But print quality and print quantity definitely has something to do with how popular it is right now. Obviously, we're gonna go back to XY era, we can say the same thing. So this is just no-brainer information. But for people that haven't been in the space, I don't know too much about why these tag team cards, all the new Poke YouTubers that are here trying to report on Sun and Moon, these are the reasons why. So now when we pop into TCG Player, I mean, we pretty much see this low supply, high demand, right? Stuff for Pokemon team up stuff, right? That's actually I searched Pikachu and Zekrom GX, but a lot of the GX stuff came out. But as you can see, I mean, their stuff still is available. I mean, I just sold this Pikachu and Zekrom GX premium collection box right here for 150 bucks. All the tag team tins, which had to be a pretty cool sealed collection piece and/or investment. You buy the case. I mean, these things are going to do so well if you're here for the investing take. But man, these cards are going to do great. We're going to talk about the Pikachu and Zekrom GX promo as well. The rainbows are great. The full arts are great. And it was just a great era. I really believe they need to bring back the tag team-esque cards. But going to our first pick of cards, we're gonna be talking about cards to buy and cards to stay away from, and cards that are potentially 50-50 pickups. So Pikachu and Zekrom GX Sun and Moon promo, guys, most recent sale $154. I mean, this thing has continuously been like I said in the beginning of the video, it's been creeping up in the background. Most recent sale $154. Damage. So this is the thing, right? So when we look at the sold charts, the sales history, a lot of these are either going to be light played, near mint, or light played, heavily played. There's just a lot more copies that are like that. A lot more copies were being actually played. And that's, if you're a binder collector like myself, or someone likes to put it in like cool little like display cases or something like that, like this is the perfect situation for you, where you can pick up a lot of these cool cards for, lightly played and save yourself $100. But if you're someone that wants to grade this stuff, it's gonna be tough. I think that a lot of these Sun and Moon cards have been combed through. Obviously not the ones online, that's gonna be a whole different story. But for the people that just want a pretty decent copy for lightly played, I think it's time. I think they're gaining more and more popularity. Like Sun and Moon right now I did a Google Trends search, and Sun and Moon era cards are absolutely being searched up. People are absolutely interested in Sun and Moon. And this is oh my gosh, amazing art. Koya Yao. And this is a Black Star, obviously. It's Black Star promo. And this card is just gonna hold value for so long. I wonder what it's doing in Japanese. Maybe I need to do a Japanese video. I didn't want to throw more cards in here. I was going to throw Japanese cards in here as well for all the people that watch me for Japanese content, but I didn't want to make this video like 45 minutes long. But yeah, guys, if you're here for grading, this one's going to be tough. I mean, I did have so according to ChatGPT, the PSA 10 copies went from $600 to $1,000 in a few months, a 39% spike in just 30 days. Like, oh my gosh. You want to talk about a quick rise once eyes, and I'm not a huge, like, I don't watch tons of the biggest YouTubers, the PokeRevs and the guys like that, or the Deep Pocket Monsters, but I'm sure when they're talking about these tag team cards, like, this has so much to do with it. I did another quick search again on ChatGPT talking about, like, when did those two PokeTubers, Pat from Deep Pocket Monsters and PokeRev, have we seen an increase of Sun and Moon cards on their channel? And it says yes. So that definitely will change the markets very, very fast. But this one, again, I think I mean, it's still a buy. We look at 156 bucks. I mean, we could bring up a bunch of BS cards from Scarlet and Violet 9, or oh my gosh, Destined Rivals that are absolutely there's so many cards from Sun and Moon that are way better than Destined Rivals, and they're going to be a good investment long term, and are going to just be good collection pieces and at a good price right now that aren't going to be reprinted. It's going to be safe to say that these cards will not be reprinted. That is a joke. Don't come after me. Next, the Mewtwo and Mew GX. So again, you can get a damaged copy, 42 bucks right here. Let's look at the other $217. I mean, look at the freaking graph, guys. Like, holy, view more details. I mean, give one near mint, 200, slight indentation. Ugh, that doesn't sound good. But I mean, for someone like me, I'm all in. I am all in. I believe I have this card in Japanese. I need to check my, guys. I buy so many cards. I mean, I just got stacks of Japanese cards near lightly played. These are all lightly played cards, right? I'm a budget Pokemon collector unless I go into sealed, and I spend a little bit more money on sealed because it is an investment, and I want a good minty box for the display. But this card has completely taken off. It has been rising, and this is one of the best. You guys got to remember that these are one of the earliest versions, if not the first versions, I believe, of alternate arts. And these are incredible. If you guys haven't, for all the new, there's so many new people I'd speak to this morning, even on the channel, the comments as well. There's people are starting to watch videos like this, and they're gonna look back. They're gonna go back and be like, "Wow, that is an amazing art. I could pick that up for like $100. That's cool. Let's go do that. Let's go grab some of these cheap." And then all supply just gets eaten up. There's not much. There's not too. I mean, mind you, I'm comparing this to Ultra Modern, right? Sets that have come out in the past couple months. This product, these cards will get eaten up, and I believe that there's a lot of people here for the right reasons. And with so many of these like lightly played, heavily played versions, these are going to get scooped up as well. Don't think that these are just sitting, sitting ducks that are just going to be here forever. I highly disagree if that is your sentiment towards these cards. But next is the Latios and Latios GX. This is the alternate art, obviously. Very, very beautiful. My favorite story about this card is I was watching it live with Nostalgianomics. He was saying how when he was opening tag team alternate art cards era, he's like, most of these cards that you guys are drooling over, they were like less than $30. He's like, I was pulling the Latias and Latios card every single day, every single week, and they were $35. He's like, no one wanted this thing. So they thought there was really cool art, but that just goes to prove that you never know what is going to pop, guys. This can be one of the cards I recommend on my Market Watch Mondays or Market Watch Tuesdays. And I'm like, hey, I like this art. I think it's cool. I think maybe get the $50. That $50 card, that maybe a $10 card today, in 10 years could turn into the next Latios and Latios GX. So if you're a collector, if you're someone that rips a lot of packs, don't give away your extra ARs or IRs or your extra SARs that you don't think are going to do well, or you're just kind of whatever. Always keep them, because you just never know. I mean, the same thing with like when I open like basketball cards, right? I'm like, maybe this guy, gets a second chance in the next 5 years and he becomes a superstar, You never know. So don't doubt the cards in your collection and the cards in your investment. Obviously, if you're really penny pinched, this is why you invest what you're willing to lose. If you're invest in a lot of singles or whatever, grade them as a graded play, and they don't do well, who cares? You have some cool cards that you can maybe trade, but in 5-10 years, there's always opportunity. There's always things that change, and there's always sleeper picks. Like, this is probably the biggest sleeper pick in the past like 10 years. If there's another one, I would love to hear it in the comment section down below. Of course, I had to put the Gengar Mimikyu GX on here. This thing has been going up and up, and the more I look at it, guys, the more I want it. Of course, it's something I don't have, but let's just scroll down to the cost. The most recent sale is $800. Oof. that one is going to hurt. I get damage copy for almost 300. Oh my gosh, 300. No way. There's no way. I'm waiting until I go to Japan, pick this one up in Japanese for a cheaper price. I'll probably pick it up in Chinese for $100, right? So there is options out there, and it's an iconic art, very iconic. It kind of looks like it's drawn by a child, you know, 3rd, 4th grade. Big dark black lines from a Crayola crayon. It's just beautiful. It's just one of a kind, and it's going to hold up for. This is a safe card to park your dollar in, especially since we're in a bull market, especially since we're going up only to the moon. But yeah, not financial advice obviously, but I think that, and you always park money into Mewtwo, Pikachu, Gengar, cards like that, and it's a very very safe place to invest in. But there is going to be some cards on here on the tail end of this video, so make sure to stick around to the end. That are they surprise me, but the stats are the stats, and I wonder if they're going to surprise you guys. So next, this is the more affordable Gengar Mimikyu. I do have this card, very beautiful. Most retail $23. Let's look at the most recent sale. Near mint for $65. Not bad. Guys, this card is. We look at the 1 year chart, not the 3 months. 3 months can be a little bit skewed, but 1 year mark. I mean, this thing. For how long Sun and Moon cards were being covered, I have some videos during the Sword and Shield era where I was doing a throwback look that did 0 numbers, and no one cared about Sun and Moon cards in the Sword and Shield era, surprisingly, when I was covering them at least. But yeah, they sat around, and now they're finally getting the light. Can we say that it's because of, you know, PokeRev, Deep Pocket Monsters, a bunch of people that are, I mean, it's the Pokemon hobby is like, we're like a little beehive. The moment we remember we're like a little kid, right? We're just like, yeah, running through the forest, and then we're like, oh, look, a flower. And then we go to the flower, and then, you know, we just want to collect flowers. And then we look up and like, oh, look, there's birds. And then we get binoculars and we want to be bird watchers. That's like, we just pop around with no like plan or idea. And we like this, and then we just zero in on this, and then we like this, and then we just move over here. That's exactly what the hobby is. It's very like finicky, and it moves like little bee colonies. But the super rat guys, tag teams once again are hot. I wanted to throw an even more affordable card, Gengar Mimikyu, the GX full art. I mean, I say more affordable, it's like $300, but I mean, more affordable than the first one, the first Gengar Mimikyu card that I found. Near mint, $259, $256. I mean, jeez, I do like these cards. They look cheap, like they just look funny to me, but they're a staple in time. And I did a Reddit, like a Reddit review on the whole thread of people's speculations of tag teams. People think that tag teams are going to be like the next, you know, giant era that is going to by far surpass Sword and Shield. And I want to hear from you guys. Do you guys think that the Sun and Moon era, because of the tag team cards, are better than the Sword and Shield, and even better than Generation 9? I think for Generation 9, I know a lot of you guys are going to probably say that is so true, because when in Sun and Moon there was the introduction to the alternate arts, and the art was all of the cards were straight bangers, but that's subjective, you know. I think that can be said about any era, but again, I want to hear from you guys. I love the art, and if I had to give an opinion, I would say I think I like, in totality, like the top big dogs. I've had to pick 10 big dogs from Sun and Moon era, Sword and Shield to Scarlet and Violet. I'd pick Sun and Moon, and I could say that probably because it's all new to me and I wasn't a part of it. So don't take anything that I say take it with a grain of salt. Next, so this one super surprised me how well this one did when I did a search on the market. How well that the top perform cards to buy right now. This one was Pharaoh, Mosa, and Buzzwole. Like, here's my speculation: the new Pokemon Pocket set just came out with them, the Ultra Beasts, and I think the Ultra Beasts are terrible. I think they're one of the worst Pokemons of all time. But the chart is the chart. We look at 1 year. 1 year of data goes from $13 to most recent sale, 100? Whew. Near mint, yeah, these are pumping. These are pumping. Super, super pumping cards. Don't know why. Let me know. Do you guys care about Ultra Beasts? Because I did a community post not too long ago, and you guys said you guys hated these cards, so I'm right there with you. Let me know why these cards are pumping, why they're popular on Google Trends. Very, very curious. Next, another one, Ferozma and Buzzwole. Is it Feroz? Yeah, Feromosa? Oh my gosh, I'm terrible. Most of me sell $7. But guys, these cards still look great. You need a master set. I mean, I do like this style. I mean, it looks very like rated PG-13. You know, not like rated R, obviously, but they're just more detailed, very aggressive. Like Buzzwole looks like he's got a mech suit on. He looks pretty cool for a pretty dorky Pokemon. But $7, you know, if you guys need to complete your tag team binders, $7 isn't going to kill you. And then next, finally, so when I looked up cards to stay away from, this was a suggestion of, I think, again, this is why I need to do my research more and more and ask questions of what cards to stay away from and why. So supposedly the printing on the foils on this the non-textured cards, like the card we're seeing right now, this is the Pikachu and Zekrom GX, it had like a weird texture foil, and I do have some, but I don't have some in front of me. They're in Korean, so they may not be the same as the ones in English, and I don't know the printing differences. But the ones in English, the type of foil they're printed on, it was like really easy to flake, and it wasn't that good of a foil. So again, let me know if you're a part of this era. Let me know how you guys feel about these foil cards, like the ones we're looking at right here. If you guys have this card, even better. But it really brought down the value of the card. The printing quality was just not good for not only this card, but for this era, the just SM9. So again, I would need to hear from you guys that participated very much so in this era. But yeah, so this is one that to kind of be careful. Even though, let's look at the $35. I mean, how careful can you be for a $35 card, right? But something that if you're looking for a graded play, you're like, I'm gonna buy these in bulk and hopefully come graded 10. I'm sure a lot of these cards are not going to grade 10, especially with PSA's like up difficulty. So interesting stuff, guys. I just wanted to do my due diligence to try to put you guys on to some of these Sun and Moon cards. Some to buy, some to stay away from, and just some facts and information for all the newcomers that, like myself, that didn't completely were involved in the Sun and Moon era. So before you guys leave, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. Goes a long way. Catch you guys tomorrow. Market Watch Monday. Peace out.